Hey, now, yesterday I saw one of my good friends post something on Facebook with regards to skin conditions. And this is something which I actually spoke with someone in the gym last week about who had some problems with psoriasis and another person that had problems with joint conditions. And both of these ladies were putting creams on their skin, putting creams like solutions around their joints in order to try and improve them. And I thought that after looking at this post and speaking to these people that a lot more people would benefit from the advice that I gave to them. So I've written a few notes and we're going to go through like what is actually causing these skin conditions, whether it's flare-ups with psoriasis, eczema, dry skin, joint problems such as arthritis, getting painful things like gout come on and all these different things. And how can we clear up the cause of the skin conditions without using creams and what else is potentially going on within the body. Now, I'm going to go live, or I am live in my group, The Stress Stomach Solution. The link is in the description. So if you want to watch all of this, then go over to the group, click that you want to get involved in there. We will accept you, and then you will be able to watch the rest of this live recording, whatever we want to call it. But also in there, you'll be able to ask questions. I'm going to post more content in there. So get over into that group, The Stress Stomach Solution. Link is in the description. And we're going to talk further about skin conditions, joint conditions, and all these different things that potentially you may be going about it the complete wrong way in order to improve these conditions, potentially making them worse, but definitely leading to more irritation because it goes away and comes back. It goes away and comes back. You constantly get flare-ups. So let me just switch this over so you can then go into the group and watch it in there. Okay, so we look at what is causing this skin condition. So you have eczema or whatever it is, and it comes up on your skin. Or I used to get it really, really bad when I was a kid. I used to get it right inside my elbows, behind my knees and around my ankles as well. Really, really bad. And I would wake up bleeding through the night because I'd scratched it and all these different things. And it was horrible. Like when you moved or you straightened your arm, you would crack the eczema and it would just start bleeding and very irritable. And it went on for quite a while. I remember going backwards and forwards to the doctors about this, and it was constantly having different creams. I had problems with asthma at the time, given different like steroids in order to help myself with the asthma, going on a nebulizer, and then the eczema was flaring up all the time. Loads and loads of problems which were dealt with external things. Now, what we need to note first off is that the skin, your scalp, whatever you want to call it, is an organ. And we should really treat the health from the inside out. Now, what we have to clear up in order to stop this happening over and over again is actually the cause. And the eczema that you get is actually a symptom of something else that is going on. So if we have a rash or something and we put some cream on it, we are trying to clear up the symptom that is the outcome of that cause. So bear with me here. It is similar to having a headache because you're dehydrated, but taking ibuprofen or paracetamol, these different things, and not drinking more water. That is going to wear off and you haven't replenished your hydration. So that headache is going to come back. And what actually could be going on within your body is other stresses that could be happening. And when we look at this overall, and I will look at something that a lot of people, like we wouldn't go into this amount of depth, but if you are having recurring problems of this, and even having symptoms coming off, that we've put this cream on and we've been on it for say 6 months, but we haven't fixed that underlying condition, whether it's gut health, whether it's other stresses, we take that cream off, then we start seeing kind of withdrawal symptoms because of the fact that we haven't dealt with the underlying cause. Now, what could be doing this? I mentioned gut health. Now, excuse me, if you're getting reactivities to certain foods, or you feel bloated, you feel lethargic, you get excess gas, you get brain fog, all these different things, or your energy goes up and down, whether you're eating foods that your energy shouldn't go up and down. your blood glucose management should be pretty good across the board, just to say that we're just going to replenish your energy, but not your energy levels by eating, not inducing, eating food. Now, if you're eating food and then your energy slumps because you need to digest that food and so on, like people said about after Christmas dinners, the turkey, because of the tryptophan in it makes you sleep. No, it's because of the volume of food, potentially loads of sugar and stuff in there that is throwing off your blood glucose levels. Your body is having to just actually put loads of blood to the digestive system to digest that food. What we see a lot of problems with people is that they get high or very, very poor blood glucose management because of the stress around them on a day-to-day basis, which that stress is boosting up your cortisol levels. And one of the prime functions of cortisol is to increase your blood glucose. And what that means is that when we eat our food, it goes in through the digestive system, gets absorbed into the blood, and then our pancreas has to release insulin to go and grab that sugar from the blood, take it into a cell or into the storage site, so into the brain, all these different things to be used. Now, if we're highly stressed and we're doing this over and over and over again with a poor diet or stressful lifestyle, our body burns out the ability to get enough insulin and actually get to use all that glucose and pull it into the cell. Therefore, we develop things like insulin resistance, and further down the line, about to scare people, there's then diabetes that could be brought on, all from stress. And especially we see diabetes as this condition that we associate with obesity. And honestly, it's stress. I've seen people that are not 1 pound overweight at all, that just are highly stressed, like super successful entrepreneurs that have come to me and said, look, I've got diabetes, like type 2 diabetes. Can you help? And the answer is yes, I can, if you're ready to do the work. Some people are born or have problems there with insulin elsewhere when we go into type 1, and that's a different matter itself. But a lot of the times, like, stress can push us into a diabetic state. So that's where I would go with testing your blood sugar levels, because if we are stressed, then blood is not going to be in our digestive system. It's going to pull out of our digestive system. It's good, like when we think of a fight or flight mode, thousands of years ago, when our ancestors had to run away from lions, that suddenly we would get this surge of adrenaline, epinephrine, norepinephrine, just boosted these neurotransmitters, and stress hormones of cortisol would just fly up in our body. Our our eyesight would just get a little bit better. Like, blood would go away from our reproductive organs, away from our digestive system, into our limbs, so we can run away. We would be much more alert. We're not going to fall asleep in that time when we are highly stressed. And as a result, we do not digest our food as effectively. Therefore, if we don't digest our food effectively, we can't get those nutrients to uptake in the body. If those nutrients don't uptake in the body, we cannot repair the tissues in our whole body effectively. One of those tissues being the skin. One of those organs being the skin, the tissues and everything like that. So that's where I would look definitely at gut health. If you're having problems with sleep, you're waking up during the night. If you're having problems with actually waking up feeling groggy, if you're having problems where you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m. and you just can't get back to sleep, suffering from insomnia, then we definitely need to look at your blood glucose levels. And then from there, we will look at what else is going on. What can we do? Have regular wake up times, have regular sleep times, have regular routine. Our body likes that. And we can do tests for cortisol over 24 hours where we test in the morning. We want it high. Then we want it to start getting lower. And we want to have our sleep hormones, our melatonin getting higher. So neurotransmitter serotonin produced, like precursors to melatonin, that gets higher in the evening. We start to relax. One of the problems is we get stressed out throughout the day. We might scroll through Facebook, see a message that we are pissed off at, and then it just boosts our stress levels at like 7:30, 8 p.m. at night. Or we're looking at loads of false light and getting blue light flash into our face. And then as a result, it wakes us up again. And it takes about 5 hours for that cycle of melatonin to get to its top state again. Therefore, we struggle to get deep restorative levels of sleep. And something that I've just done with a client, we spoke about this yesterday, literally implemented it last night. And she's literally messaged me before this live saying that she's had her best night's sleep ever. But look at, since she's been tracking, I'm not going to say ever, since she's been tracking with her Fitbit, her sleep score has gone through the roof. Simply having a teaspoon of peanut butter, good quality peanut butter before bed helped her a lot, because it helped her stabilize her blood glucose levels a little bit and sleep through the night. So experiment with these things. And also look at the foods you are eating, because some foods, depending on the person, depending on their stress state, can cause immune reactions. Now, one of the problems we have is that these immune reactions don't necessarily show as what we would think to be an intolerance to food. That we have, I don't know, a bit of gluten or some dairy or something like that. Normally you would think the gluten intolerance, you get the craps, you end up getting bloated, or maybe you're tired, these sorts of things. But they can show up as different things on the body. Now, one of the problems is that our immune system is so suppressed that it doesn't show up as these things. And it's showing up elsewhere as migraines, as PMS, as not being able to sleep, as poor blood glucose management, as problems with your skin. Things like eczema, things like psoriasis, flare-ups of gout, flare-ups of arthritis, all these different things that could be getting caused by this. Now, what happens with people is they don't link these with gluten, with dairy, with a reaction to certain types of food. Now, when people then take that food out for a couple of weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks, we take dairy out, for example, you don't have these normal symptoms of problems with intolerances with food. Then our immune system says, hey, look, that stressor is out. I'm not going to be as suppressed right now, so I'm now going to start working a little bit better. And then we put that food back in. Our immune system has the strength to say, look, screw that. I do not want that in there. So it starts showing you these typical signs of like IBS. You then get bloatedness and all these different things. So we think, if I didn't take that out, I wouldn't have that problem. But the problem is a lot deeper. That's a sign that we really, really do need to fix this. And another thing is that when we eat foods our body is not okay with, that we have a reaction with, it can release, or it does release, histamine. And I'm certain you've heard of hay fever and having antihistamines and reactions within the body. Well, this is a stimulant. So if you are highly stressed, then you eat foods that your body does not agree with, and you get this release of histamine, that is a stimulant, an adrenal stimulant. So that is going to stress you out even more. And as a result, I think it's about 25%. I'm certain, again, you've heard of thyroid functions as well. About 25% of our thyroid hormone is converted from inactive to active within the gut. So if we are highly stressed, we are then going to have problems with getting the nutrients from our food. Not only are we going to have skin conditions, we're then going to have our thyroid function potentially be messed around with. And then you might then struggle with energy, with metabolism, with losing weight, and all these different things, with confidence. It's a vicious circle. And that's where we need to look deeper into what is actually causing this stress. And stress is like physical stress and psychological stress. The body sees this as one. And this is where I would look with a client at what is your health history, do a health screening, looking at the environment, looking at renovations that have happened, looking at the stresses that have been on in your life, because too many people look at health right now as that I need to fix these symptoms I'm having right now. No, what caused these symptoms? What happened in the last 30, 40 years of your life, 50 years of your life, however wise you are with your age? It's a case of that, let's see, it could be something that happened when you were 10 years old that has traumatized you and your body to the point where now you need to deal with it. It could be that you had a car accident, you got knocked out, you got hit around the head, you had domestic violence in there, something very, very traumatic, the loss of a loved one. These things can alter our health and put us into a massive state of fatigue that can be onset pretty much overnight, depending on the status of our brain health at that moment in time. So looking into brain health, doing a brain screening, and working on how can we help our body with things like detoxification. And that is absolutely not saying you need to go on a 7-day detox or a 21-day juice fast or any of that BS. literally looking at how your body will be able to detoxify and support your body with that. And one of the things I do in order to do that, and if you've watched my content regularly, you've probably heard me talk about the 6 steps. In order, that 6th step is healthy maintenance. If we can get the body round to that and to that healthy maintenance phase, then you are going to be able to lose weight. You're going to be able to perform much better. You're going to be able to do all these things better. But too many people go, when they need to support 1, 2, and 3, they go and smash the exercise. And honestly, like, exercise hard, like, most of us are too stressed out to be able to smash a session or go beast mode or any of this. Like, when you're in your early 20s, maybe. But even then, I've seen people that are too stressed out in their early 20s to then smash these sessions. So they struggle hormonally, they struggle with recovery, they struggle with stress, and it leads to overstressing and overtraining, essentially. So we have this 6th step, healthy maintenance. And in order to have healthy maintenance, where we've got good nutritional support, we've got good health markers going on, good thyroid function, good heart rate variability, we're sleeping through the night, we have to have good ability to repair our cells. In order to be able to repair our cells, rejuvenate our cells, we have to be able to eliminate toxins, so detoxify our system effectively. And then we have to, in order to be able to detoxify our system, we have to be able to filter and drain those toxins and be able to transport those toxins. And in order to do that, we have to have good gut health, good digestive support. And in order to have good digestive support, can't even say it, digestive support. In order to have good digestive support, we have to have good brain function, low brain inflammation. Now, our body is going to go up and down with inflammation throughout the day, depending on your stress levels, depending on your environment and all these different things. So look at, is there brain fog? Are you going up and down with moods? Is there some underlying anxiety and you don't really know what for? Are you struggling to sleep through the night? Because all these things will add up. And if you are putting cream on, I don't know why I keep going to my shoulder when I say rashes, cream on your rashes or whatever it is, or cream on your skin to improve your skin, when it's something else going on inside your body, if you have that cream for 6 months, then you end up just saying, hey, look, I'm going to stop that cream. The condition's gone. You stop it for a month, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, whatever it is, and it comes back. That is one of the reasons why we are not looking at health from a top-down perspective, to look at overall stress from the inside out. And if you want any help with this, like, I've put a lot of information here. It's there. You're in the group. Like, there's a lot of information there. If you need help with this, simply drop me a message. Or if you have further conditions you want me to discuss in this group, let me know, because I want to provide some awesome content for you guys. I appreciate the support and I'm here for you. So again, message me if you have any questions. If you want to look deeper into this, if you want some extra support, message me. I am here for you. Thank you.